Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend, or at least what's left of it, is treating you well. Good to see you. Glad to have you guys out here on a Sunday. Hopefully, you guys are ready for some belated, hot resistance operations as we take the fight to the Amalgamation here in XCOM 2 today. But again, glad to see you guys. Hopefully you had a good weekend up till now. I know we're starting a little bit late. As I said on the Twitter machine, had a little bit of a schedule conflict this weekend, but I promise it was worth it. I'll tell all you guys about that here in a minute, so you guys can know what was up with me and why we're having a stream on a Sunday instead of a Saturday, because I always like to tell you guys what's going on with me. Anyway, chat, it has been a fucking week. And I know I've been saying that a lot on a lot of streams. Normally when I say it's been a week, it's because it's been a long week and I'm really tired and blah, 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 and all this. No, chat, it has been a week. It has been a week, but in a good way. So, first of all, for those of you that don't know, yes, I will address the elephant in the room. It was, in fact, the very same that you heard very, very briefly in the latest episode of Tex Talks Battletech as Colonel Caitlin. So yes, that was me. And actually, I think Tex contacted me like way back in March or something, about doing the audio for that brief clip. But yeah, so and Tex and I do communicate as well outside of that one instance. So like it's not like we're total strangers, but yes, it was in fact me. Now I will say, because of the things that were going on yesterday and today, I haven't actually had a chance to watch the new Tex Talks Battletech, so I have no idea what goes down in there. Like, I mean, obviously I know the lines that I read, so I have some idea. And of course, I'm familiar with the Twycross history in Battletech as well, so it's not as if I don't know, but at the same time, I mean, it's Tex Talks Battletech. Vin says it's fantastic. I don't doubt it. I mean, I think, like, and I've said this before, like, Tex and his people over at the Black Pants Legion, which by the way, let me just, I don't have too many opportunities to do this, but I'm gonna do it. So if you don't know who Tex is the Mr. Tex of the Black Pants Legion over on YouTube. And he and his people have been around since ye olden days. And Tex is a huge Battletech fan. I mean, he's a big nerd in general, but Tex is a great dude. You can already see, last I checked on this latest episode of Tex Talks Battletech, I think they were almost at $18,000 raised for charity off the back of that video. And that's the thing, is Tex and the BPL are supported primarily through Patreon and fans and members of the BPL. And so all of the money that they make off of stuff like that, they gift it to charity, because they're very, did they hit 19K at this point? Again, I checked at like 3 o'clock this morning when I got home, because I briefly considered watching it, and then I was like, oof, this is 2 hours. I think I'll save it for tomorrow. But yeah, at that time, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it was like 17, almost 18K. But if they've made it to 19, I say, fuck it, keep going. Because again, Tex is great people. And so are the BPL. Like, again, they are, his motto is, or I'm paraphrasing here, but his motto is, leave it better than you found it. And he is trying to do that. So, if you don't know who Tex is, go check him out. If you have not watched Tex Talks Battletech, you owe it to yourself. Even if you don't care about Battletech, go watch all of his videos, because Tex isn't just about the lore. It's not nerd shit for the sake of nerd shit. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in those videos. The thing I appreciate the most about Tex and his videos is there's a lot of extra content. There's a lot of extra context in those videos. There's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of, reflection on not just Battletech and the lore, but the real world as well. It is interesting to hear the criticisms and the feedback from somebody else with a similar background. And yeah, there's definitely some cynicism there as well. But that's part of the charm, I think. So yeah, again, if you don't know Tex, go check him out. If you haven't watched Tex Talks Battletech, please do. And if you feel so inclined, donate to their charity drive as well, because again, the more good that they can do, the better I think the world will be. The world is a better place for having Tex and the BPL in it, and they deserve your support. Probably, I'm not even gonna, they deserve your support more than I do. And obviously, where you choose to support and how is entirely up to you. But I would argue they're out there doing way more good than I am. I'm just trying to, create a fun nerd space. But again, if you have to support someone somewhere, they absolutely deserve it. They are 100% deserving of that support for the work that they do. So anyway, that's my rant on Tex and the Tex Talks Battletech. But don't worry, there's a whole lot more. Perrin also had a wonderful cameo. Yeah, so I know I'm in it. I know Perrin was in it, and then oh god, there were a couple of other people that were in the episode as well, but I don't remember now. But yeah, Tex kind of has a knack for getting these completely out of left field, but yet everybody knows who they are. Yeah, Big Red was in it, Mech Frog was in it. There were a bunch of big names in this latest video, and he grabs all these people and they just do these very brief 10-second cameos, and then everybody's like, hey, wait a minute, I know that voice, I've heard that person before. So yeah, it's always fun, even when they put the voice credits at the very beginning. It never ceases to amuse me, all of the little voice cameos that he gets in all of his Tex Talks Battletech. But enough about Battletech. But still in related news to mechs, chat. For those of you that don't know, Tokyo Game Show is coming up. As a matter of fact, it might be today, or maybe it's this week. I don't remember exactly when, but Tokyo Game Show is coming up, and I have it from a good source. Chat, make sure you're sitting down for this one. I have it from a good source. I know there's a lot of stuff coming with Tokyo Game Show, but the thing that I was told, and it immediately caught my attention, Front Mission 3 Remake. Not remaster, remake. That is the specific word, and I clarified with the source. I made sure to drill them on this. Is it a remake or is it a remaster? And they very specifically said remake. Use the word remake. Now, again, I trust the source, but I don't know if it's true. So if you're not a fan of Tokyo Game Show, if you don't normally keep up with that, pay attention this year, because we might. I don't trust in the designer remake will. I mean, look, Urs, I'm not gonna lie. Squeenix has been hit and miss with its remakes, so, it could go either way, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm gonna hope Front Mission 3 is... Look, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Front Mission 3 was the high watermark for the franchise. Front Mission 3 was the best Front Mission. Don't at me. I know there's people that disagree with that opinion. I don't care, because you know what? This is America and you're allowed to be wrong. It's your right as an American. Even if you're not American, it's your right as an American to be wrong and to have an objectively inferior and incorrect opinion. Front Mission 3 is the best Front Mission game of all time. Yes, there were some other good ones, but Front Mission 3 was the best. And I would hope, I genuinely hope, because the Front Mission and Front Mission 2 remake slash remasters were okay. My hope, and this is going into Tokyo Game Show knowing nothing other than expect an announcement of Front Mission 3 remake. That's all I know. I don't know anything else about it. So keep an eye out. I will be too. But again, that makes me very, very happy. I was hoping when they did the remakes of 1 and 2 that 3 would be on the table as well. For those of you that don't know, Front Mission 3 released in 1999 on the original PlayStation. It was very close to the end of the PlayStation's life. It was right before the PS2 came out, and even then, it got a huge amount of press. It is a classic Squaresoft game, and it is essentially Final Fantasy Tactics, but with giant robots. Well, not giant robots, but big robots. Big robots. We're not talking like BattleTech or Gundam-sized robots. They're smaller than that, but they're still big robots. So yeah. Again, hopefully that will be good. Hopefully it will be good. My fingers are crossed. Like, they have a good template to work from. They have a good framework to work from. Front Mission 3 is really, really good. Like, all they would have to do is take the game as it exists, update it to modern graphics and modern quality of life, and you would have a hit on your hands. Front Mission 3 is an outstanding game. But anyway, so yeah, that's the other big news this week. So keep an eye out. Again, even if you're not a normal Tokyo Game Show enjoyer, do keep an eye out because could be big news. Could be big news. I know that, Erst. I'm just saying, like, there's a good template for them to follow. I'm not saying that they should do a remake or a remaster, but like, one way or the other, they have a good template in Front Mission 3. So all they have to do is not fuck that up. But we will see. We will see. It's Squeenix. Again, like I said, their remake and remaster history is spotty at best. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. And last but not least, the last thing I wanted to address, I know it's fucking 45 minutes into the stream. We haven't even gotten to the game yet. I apologize for those of you that may be irritated by that. But anyway, the last thing is thanks for contributing to the Turning Point at Twycross. There we go. Eigenwords. And Sharian, thank you for joining us on a Sunday stream. And I appreciate it. Again, I was only briefly in Twycross, but I appreciate your appreciation. It was a very brief cameo, but I am always glad to contribute to Tex and the BBL and the work that they do. I would have done it regardless, but you know, the man himself coming to me and asking for me to do some voice work, I was like, yeah, absolutely. No question. I didn't even have to think about it. I was like, yeah, sure. What do you need? Tell me what you need. I'll get it to you. So yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. Hopefully I will do that some more in the future, but that depends entirely on him. But anyway, so the reason for the reschedule, and I'll keep this part brief, chat, because I know not everybody cares about this kind of stuff. But so in addition to the Tex Talks Battletech, because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes with that, I didn't want, like, for those of you that wanted to watch the premiere of the Turning Point at Twycross, I didn't want to step on your toes for that. But also, I got invited to a big Saturday barbecue party bash thing with some friends, and holy crap, chat. Holy shit. We had ribs, we had brisket, we had like sausage, and I don't mean like hot dogs, I mean like actual sausage, like the big fat beef pork, sausage. It was great. Like it was just there was just fried and grilled and smoked meats just everywhere. It was like a casting couch audition, man. There was just meat everywhere. It was terrible. It was awesome. But yeah, we had a bunch of barbecue. I mean, of course, we had all the other fixins as well. We had the potato salad. We had the mashed potatoes. Of course, we had baked beans. We had all the good stuff. We even did so. Chat. We did. I don't know if you guys have done this. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend that you give it a try because it's fucking awesome. We had grilled corn on the cob. So if you don't know how that's done, you basically take whole corn cobs and you like put butter and seasoning and stuff on them, and then you wrap them up in tinfoil like a big old burrito. And then you take that burrito, that tinfoil burrito, and you put it on the grill and you let it cook, and it like cooks and stews in the butter and the salt and the pepper and whatever else you put in there. And then you open it up and it's like it's beautiful, chat. It's beautiful. Like grilled cob corn at a barbecue. Like I could eat that by itself. Obviously, I ate a whole lot of other stuff. Man, I ate so much food yesterday. I'm like, so I have a thing, and I had some people make fun of me at the party yesterday for it. So when I eat, like I have the stomach, right, and like normally pretty in good like shape and not and all that, but like whenever I eat a lot, I get like this so belly, and you can see it. And everybody was like, "Oh my god, you literally have a food baby," and everybody was making fun of me, and I don't regret it though. I don't regret it. It was so good. And also there was lots of beer and booze and all kinds of others. Like man, it was a good time. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun. It was a nice reprieve. I didn't realize that I needed it until we were there and I had it. Like I went over there at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon my time, and we were playing Hold'em and we were watching TV and we were just doing all kinds of other shit to kill time and just bullshitting. And next thing I know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go home. And so here I am, like trying to sober my ass up enough that I can drive home. And then, drove home, got home. And it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning by the time I got here. And yeah, so I haven't had a great deal of sleep. I'm also hungover. I'm also dealing with indigestion because I ate just so much food, you guys. But I regret nothing. I regret absolutely nothing. And hi, I'm Aska, coming into the chat on a Sunday saying hello, everyone. Good to see you, Aska. Glad that you could join us on a Sunday. Apologies if you missed us on Saturday. But of course, like I just got done explaining, I had a little bit of a schedule conflict. But again, it was absolutely worth it. Oh yeah, for sure, track tension. I have been drinking a lot of water this morning. I'm trying to take better care of myself. I had my cheat day. I had my big ugly mess day. So now I got to get back on the wagon. I gotta get back on my bullshit. So I've got my water. I've got some pretzels here as well, just so that I've got something to kind of absorb the rest of it. So we will make it one way or another. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a little rough, but that's okay because it is time, chat. It is time. Let us get into the hot resistance operation, shall we? There we go. There we go. Talk about barbecue made me hungry. I just ate several plates of homemade spaghetti sauce. Wait. Did you just eat the sauce? Like, I get what you're saying, Brewster, but like the way you phrased it, I'm just imagining you with this giant bowl of just nothing but spaghetti sauce and just eating it like soup, which actually kind of sounds disgusting now that I think about it, but it would still be funny. It would still be funny. Anyway, chat, here we are in the Avenger. Hopefully you're getting some audio at this point. Again, for those of you that have not been here for the other XCOM 2 streams, one of the limitations of the game is anytime I click outside the window, it kills the game audio. But you should hopefully be getting the sound at this point. I am showing sound levels. How would that be disgusting? It's effectively tomato soup. Erst, you say that. Have you ever had just spaghetti sauce with nothing else? Because I have. And I was actually surprised at how bad it tastes. I can't describe it, but like there's just something about the way that spaghetti sauce tastes when it doesn't have noodles in it that just doesn't taste right to me. I didn't like it. I did not like it. It was not good.
Let me in. Let me in.
But stew and super methods of production not consistent. That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, it's also a point of reference. Like if you're trying to describe something, it's like, what is it like? Oh, it's like soup. Nah, it wasn't a texture issue. It wasn't a texture issue. It was genuinely like I did not like the taste. Like it didn't taste right. It's not that it didn't feel right. It's that it didn't taste right. And maybe that's just because like I'm used to, it might be because I'm just used to having spaghetti sauce with noodles. But yeah, it is what it is. Again, my controversial food opinions aside. And I see a Croyd. Croyd, redeeming to be in the game. Again, there is a waiting list, Croyd, but you are now on it. Was it pre-made, canned, and jarred? Maybe? I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. It might have been pre-made. That might be why it tasted like shit then. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. No, you might be right, Erst. You might be right. That might be what it is. It might be because it was canned. Like, so the sauce in question, I did not make. It was just like somebody else. And I didn't even ask, but knowing the person in question, it probably was like pre-made from a can or a jar. So yeah, no, that actually makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. And EWYW coming in with 5 gifted subs, having just woke up. Well, welcome to the Sunday stream, EW. Glad to see ya. And let's see, Twitch is gifting 2 additional subs on the back of that. So not a huge roll on the Twitch gacha for EW. But better than most of you guys were rolling. Most of you guys were rolling ones out here. Y'all got some bad luck. Fucking snake eyes. Now, you're right, Erst, and like for me, whenever I make my own spaghetti, I always make my own sauce from scratch. Well, I try to make my own sauce from scratch when and where I'm able, but yeah, homemade sauce is a very different beast. It's a very, very different beast. But anyway, here we are, back in the Avenger, ready to take the fight to the aliens after an hour. But of course, we had a lot to talk about, so I wanted to get all that out of the way so everybody knows what's going on. Yeah, so last we left off, we finished up with the first black site mission. So we got ourselves some alien orange juice, and we just need to potentially do the research. So we're currently researching resistance radio, but once we're done, we need to research alien encryption, which will deal with the orange juice. Don't ask me why encryption is attached to the alien orange juice, but it is. So that's the next thing on our list, maybe. And resistance radio is almost done, so we're getting there. We got some folks in the training center that we're building. The training center is good because it will allow us to... I've talked about this through the rest of the campaign, but the training center will allow us to buy additional skills for our soldiers. I've talked about before how the soldiers with the new revised War of the Chosen get basically skill points that they can spend, but then you also get a universal pool of XCOM skill points, and you can spend those to buy additional abilities. The training center is the facility that allows us to do that. So this will allow us to start making our soldiers better. Again, the pool's pretty limited. It's not like we're going to be out here buying 2 or 3 additional abilities for every soldier. But in the specific situations where there's a soldier that has access to a really, really good ability and we don't necessarily want to choose one or the other, we can use the training center to get both. But we'll see. We'll have to take it slow on that one because, again, the points come in pretty slowly. Mega says, is your show... Now, let's do the aliens, what the hurricane is doing to North Carolina. Yeah, so for those that don't know, if you're not in the U.S., if you've been living under a rock for the last couple of days, Hurricane Helen or Helene has hit the U.S. and has caused a lot of damage. There have already been, I think last I saw, I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 confirmed fatalities. And I don't know where all of those are located, but I would assume mostly in Florida and the southeast. So yeah, if you're in that vicinity, make sure you stay safe. Hopefully you've got somewhere to go. Hopefully you've got, somewhere safe that you can be. And if not, then, what the hell are you doing watching the stream? Go find somewhere safe to hang out. But yeah, heart goes out to all those folks. I wish there was more that we could do, but it's a force of nature. It's a hurricane. There's not really a whole lot you can do. For the folks that are still stuck there, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's akin to Katrina level devastation. Yeah, I know Katrina was technically a stronger storm, but Katrina was also kind of a worst case scenario, and I think that's kind of the same thing that's going on right now, where the storm is so strong and it's reaching so far into the U.S. There are places that are just not accustomed to or prepared for that kind of weather, and it's definitely making it worse. So again, if you're in the path of the storm or if you're in the aftermath of the storm, stay safe, and if you need help, definitely reach out to some folks. But anyway, let's move on from all that. We're not here to talk about all the depressing stuff going on in the real world. We are here to stop this alien occupation, goddammit. So, with that being said, let's get to the geoscape. We need to fast forward a little bit of time. We need to get on to... Oh, no.
Your effort in destroying the alien black site was commendable.
I thought they were going to gain progress. So it's giving us credit against the project for knocking at the black site. So that's good. I thought it had already done that, but it's given us that now. But yeah, so we'll get to the geoscape. We've got a couple of different things that we can investigate right now. We were currently trying to make contact in East Asia. So I think we'll go and continue to do that for now, while we wait for some research to complete and all that. And I see you guys talking about the mech troopers. So the mech troopers are a little bit different than the Sparks in this game. We will be able to get to them, but it's a pretty hefty investment of time, money, and resources. So just, and I know we just got to the geoscape, but I'll show you guys what we're dealing with. I think it's the proving ground.
Go, Commander. If you need a skull jack, we can build.
So in order to do the proving ground, we already had to do a big research project and spent like 200 supplies or something like that to research the mech troopers. In addition to that, we also have to build the mech foundry, which is going to cost us 2 power and 150 supplies. The upgrade should be immediate, but once we do this, then we have to go and actually spend resources to create the mech troopers. So mech troopers are supposed to be very powerful, but they're also a very hefty investment of time and resources. Now, we currently have 240 supplies, and we're bringing in about 215 every month. We're also starting close to the beginning of the month. It's May 7th. Power armor, power armor, power armor. Yeah, Megas is so far the only name on the memorial wall. He ended up in a bad situation, and it was not ideal. But yeah, Megas is our only name on the wall for now. Hopefully, he's the only one that we have to add to the wall. But these things happen. It's XCOM. It's XCOM. These things happen. For now, basically lethargic. Yeah, I mean. For now, again, it's XCOM. It's XCOM. But my main objective is always to try to bring everyone home. But at the same time, it's not always possible. So it's something we have to be prepared for. But anyway, we will get to the mech troopers. I tell you what, chat. I've been telling you guys we were gonna do the mech troopers. I've been saying we were gonna do it. Let's go ahead and do the upgrade now. We have the power. I shouldn't spend 150 supplies on this right now because it's also going to cost us 40 a month. Again, it's a hefty investment. But we're all about bad tactical decisions. There we go. We now have the Mech Trooper Lab. So if we wanted to, we could start turning people into Mech Troopers. I have no idea how that works in this game. I know how it worked in the previous game, but I don't know how they handle it in the mod for XCOM 2, so we will see. Now, we could potentially turn some of our existing troops into Mech Troopers, or we could hire some rookies and turn them into Mech Troopers. We will make that decision later. For right now, we need to get to the geoscape, and we need to look at, number one, making contact to increase our income, and also potentially getting our hands on some more supplies if we can. So for now, let's try to make contact. And look at that.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project.
Would be nice if they could still use regular weaponry based on their class, but they're not
fast.
in the suit. Nah, yeah, I mean, so basically, for those of you that are not familiar with the mod, the Mech Trooper mod basically replaces Sparks. And if you don't know what Sparks are basically big-ass robots. So if you're familiar with the mechs, the Advent mechs in the game, on the bad guy side, Sparks are just an XCOM version of that were added in the Shun's Legacy DLC. And then Mech Troopers is a mod that takes that and essentially turns the Sparks from being just plain robots into being Mech Troopers. Now, if you don't know what a Mech Trooper is, in the first XCOM, the remake XCOM, like the prequel to this game, the Enemy Within DLC added like biological genetic upgrades for your troops, but also added like bionic upgrades. And it essentially gave you the ability to turn your troops into fully cybernetic, like giant robots. And so essentially what the Mech Troopers do is it just turns the Sparks into humans. Now they still get to keep the human face and all that, so like you're still technically human if you're a Mech Trooper. But like in the lore of the first XCOM, essentially they were taking... Oh, we finished research. Because time still passes on the geoscape, chat. Very slowly, but it does pass. But in the lore of the first XCOM, they essentially had to have their arms and legs amputated and have a whole bunch of like cybernetics put into them in order to interface with the suits. And then like whenever they were out of the suit, they had like prosthetic arms and legs and stuff. So it was kind of this like, you know, the whole theme of the Enemy Within was, you know, giving up humanity in order to fight the aliens, kind of, you know. It didn't go full bore on that. Like it didn't go into like full body horror, Cranenberg kind of stuff, but they were definitely like, they were on the fringes of that ideology. Yeah, it was kind of cyberpunk, that kind of thing. Are they still as broken as they were in Enemy Within? That's a good question, Timely Mantis. I would assume, it's from my understanding, they are essentially just the sparks, but with a human face. That said, spark classes as well are also changed by amalgamation. I just don't know how. So we will see. We will see. Don't worry, chat. We're gonna get into it. It's just, like I said before, it's a pretty hefty investment of resources, so I don't necessarily want to do that until we're 100% ready for it. I don't want to put us in the hole, making mech troopers, and then, oops, now we're out of supplies, and all of XCOM collapses. So anyway, let's assign new research now that we finished Resistance Radio. That's going to add the additional comm station upgrade to the Resistance comms, and improved magnetic weapons. What does that do? Improved magnetic weapons just increases the damage output. I don't hate it, chat. I don't hate it. So we got a lot of stuff that we can work on. The breakthrough is going to be temporary, though. So five days to add additional damage to our magnetic weapons. I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take us to get the plasma weapons, but since we're kind of transitioning into the magnetic tier of weapons, I think this is definitely worth it.
I will make that
Because we're already
our
getting damage
priority.
bonuses because of the extra power from the magnetic weapons. Giving them even more damage is just going to give us even more of an edge, and that's what we need.
Maybe we should start training someone else to pilot the Avenger. I'm never going to get any work
All
done.
right, so that's the research out of the way.
Commander,
Let's
we can now
continue to try to make
construct radio
contact. We
relays
got the
in any
training
region
center
where we
in
make
11
contact
hours.
with resistance.
There we go. Let's view the facility. Look at that, chat. We got holograms. We got a holodeck now. Fancy.
Commander, this facility will allow our soldiers to train together to improve their bonds, while also putting the knowledge they've gained in combat towards learning new abilities.
Yeah, so if we have unbonded soldiers, we can now put them in here. We can also take soldiers that already have bonds, and we can have them strengthen the bonds that they already have. The other thing we can do is train abilities, which this is what I was talking about. So like, for example, if we take Friend Aid, we can now use the XCOM AP pool and his existing AP pool to potentially buy any of these abilities that we passed up previously. So the ones that you see in blue are the abilities that he already has. The ones in white are the ones that we could potentially buy. So again, there's not a lot of great abilities here. I don't know that we would do anything, but as we get further down the tree and we unlock more potential abilities, these AP pools are going to come in handy. Because, again, it will give us the ability to buy additional. So, like, for example, if I wanted to, we could get Steady Hand. And if you did not move this turn, you gain an extra plus 10 aim and critical chance. It's great. And it can make your soldiers even stronger than they already are. So the training center being available is a huge deal. With that being said, I forgot, did we go to Guerrilla Tactics School? Do we have any new combat tactics? We don't. So we already got the squad size upgrade. The next one is probably either going to be the next squad size, or we need to rank up some of our hero units. Anyway, back to the geoscape. If we put couples into the holodeck, you gotta know some Star Trek shite gonna go down. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, if there's nobody using the holodeck for, like, official training, I am okay with a little bit of fantasy roleplay on the holodeck. You know, just keep it clean. But I'm okay with whatever you're into. Anyway. Alright, there we go, chat. We've made contact with another region. That should increase our income. It'll also increase the areas that we can cover with our operation.
Reading you loud and clear.
So there we go. That's an additional 55 supplies a month. Outstanding. That gives us inroads to Indonesia.
The local resistance operatives we just made contact with in this region warned us that one of the Chosen has been terrorizing the area for some time now. Here's the intel they've collected so far.
And just where do you think you're going? If it's a fight you're after, you better bring everything you've got.
So, Chet, I was hoping that we could avoid bumping into a second Chosen by trying to, like, you know, kind of stay in our wheelhouse over here, but the game has now decided, actually, fuck you. Now you have to deal with 2 Chosen. And I've said before, the reason that I don't like that is because in addition to the dark events, you also have the Chosen events, which I forget how to view that, but I think it's here.
We'll need to pay
Yeah,
close
so
attention to these Chosen,
already
Commander.
we're
They
dealing
each
with
seem to
one
have unique
Chosen and all of
advantages
the
in
shit
combat
that
we
they
should
bring.
avoid.
Now we're gonna have to deal with 2 of them. And once we bump into the 3rd one, we're gonna have to deal with all 3 at once. So it's... The Chosen are a pain, but they're more of a pain the more of them you have to deal with. Yeah, General Quarters, that can happen as well. And that's the shitty thing. It's like, we started here in West Asia, in Siberia. Then we went up here, and everything was fine. And I was like, okay, if we go to the United States, we're obviously gonna run into one. I figured if we went to India, it was a possibility. So I was like, let's go to East Asia. This is, you know, already within our wheelhouse. It's already pretty limited. And then, boop, there you go. So basically the game said, fuck you. Yeah, the assassin is definitely the worst one to have to deal with. I would rather deal with the hunter than the assassin, but the sooner we can take him out completely, the happier I'll be. Anyway, so we can potentially build, for a cost, we can potentially increase the income, which I forget. Chat, does this cost money or does it cost contacts? I don't remember. Well, the problem is, friend aid, if I click on it, I can't undo it. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save, chat, because we can't afford to spend a whole lot of supplies right now. So... Why are you being this way? I'm gonna save just in case. I don't want to spend supplies. Relays cost money. Okay. See, that's what I was afraid of. I don't want to spend any space shekels right now. We're down to 94 and we need to keep that for operations costs. Anyway. I think next, as I said before, we head over here and try to get some supplies. Now, with that being said, we could potentially try to make contact in India as well, because now that we've run into the hunter, I'm not really worried about running into the hunter, because it's already happened. Nothing to sell for extra dough. I mean, I'm sure that we do, but if we've got free supplies here, I'd rather just do that. And the power coil is shielded, outstanding, so that's going to allow us to build another power relay, again for 80 supplies. I think it might be better to just upgrade the existing relay. Yeah, because we can basically increase the power supply for 80 supplies, but then again, if it's the same cost, we get 10 power for 80 supplies, or we get 2 power for 80 supplies. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Had to sneeze. We're gonna need the power. I could also put an engineer in here, since all of our engineers are now available. So yeah, that increased our power by 5. That's actually a good increase. I think we're good on that. So next thing we want to do is potentially look at building more. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I wanted to build another facility, but next I wanted to do research and development. So research and development is basically a combination of the workshop and the laboratory. Because it's kind of dumb that you have to build both of these separately. So the research and development essentially just does both. But again, it's very expensive, as you can clearly see. In the meantime, I guess we will put our other people into the slots that we can, because we don't really have the supplies to build any new facilities. Now that we've done that, we could potentially do a new project. We do need to research the Skulljack, but again, supplies. Let's see. Maybe an experimental rocket, chat? What do you think? Yeah. Correct, Erst. It's a mod thing. I know EW loves his rocket launcher. I feel like... Because, I mean, look at the different rockets, chat. We got Lock-On, Sabo, Flechette, Thermobaric, Napalm, and Phosphorus. Like, there's a lot of different options here. And they all sound like fun. What's the cannon shells? So this is... Can set up automated manufacturing lines for expanded ordnance for heavy cannons, increasing their attack flexibility. I'm not sure if that... I don't think it's for the heavy machine gun. I think this might be for the mech troopers. I think. I don't know. But that would be my guess. It's not very clear on what that is exactly. We could go for, you know, a heavy weapon for the folks that are using the gauntlets. But again, we haven't shown any love to EW's rocket launcher, so let's start that.
Right away, Commander. I'll send word when.
As long as we're not spending supplies, I'm okay with this. So we can do a grenade, but again, the grenades are not great. The additional grenades. Mechanized arm transformation gears. A little bit of extra effort and resources, we could devise an arm transformation system that would allow our heavy mechanized units, so this is mech troopers, to carry an additional heavy weapon integrated into their left arm, carried in the auxiliary weapon slot. So this is another mech trooper improvement. But again, you could see it costs supplies. So that's what I think is like, with these that cost supplies, I think those have to do with the mech troopers. Alright then, drive safe and we'll see you in a bit. And you get a free upgrade for his launcher. So we got an upgrade to the launcher, but this is actually additional ammo. I kind of want to do one of these. Because, like, I know what the shredder gun is. I know what the flamethrower is. But the Karuka auto gun and heavy strike module are new, and I want to know what they are. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Alright. Back to the geoscape, chat. Back to the geoscape. We should be proccing a mission here shortly.
Alien facility coordinates locked in, Commander.
Where's the facility? Oh, well look at that. It's in Straya. I mean, we could potentially try to make contact down here, and then that would give us access to another facility. We'll finish up the supplies here first. And there's our guerrilla ops.
Commander, with the number of contacts we've established, we're getting requests for support from
So here's
multiple
the
sites
other
around
other
world.
benefit.
Unfortunately, we only have the resources to respond to one of them.
By
decision
having
is yours.
access to multiple regions, we now have the ability to counter multiple dark events. Now, as Central so helpfully pointed out, we can only do one of these, but it gives us the option to pick and choose what we counter, instead of previously when we only had the one area unlocked, we could only counter whatever dark event it gave us. So, let's see what we got here. We got East Asia, Operation Opaque Shroud. We could get 182 supplies, which we could definitely use. And this turns off return fire. So this is missed shots on officers and priests could trigger return fire. We're not dealing with a lot of officers and priests right now, so I don't know how useful this will be. And then we got Show of Force. Intel suggests a large number of Advent troopers under Advent-only leadership. So this might be good, because if it's Advent-only leadership, I think that means we only have to deal with Advent. We don't have to worry about any, like, aliens. So we got West Asia, it's West, and it's Operation Western Vagabond. And apparently we have the opportunity to pick me up. Then we've got Alien Cipher, increases all intel cost by 100%. I really want to counter that dark event, because that could be bad. However, Surgical, the squad size on this mission is limited to 3 soldiers. So, not only is it a difficult mission by default, we're gonna be reduced squad size as well. I don't think so, Friendade. I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect the number of enemies. And then let's see, we got New Arctic. Got these operation names. Operation Raw Whispers. That's great. I love these operation names. Again, I forget the name of the mod that I downloaded for this, but I love the new operations. Yeah, there's always the risk of running into the Chosen as well. Yeah, I was gonna say, Erst, it would be great if we could send in stealth operatives, but we only have the one Reaper, so our options are kind of limited. So this one is an assassination. We need to kill a commander. Moderate difficulty, Lost World. This is a Lost Swarm, could appear in any mission. I don't really care about that. And we're getting a reward of a scientist, which, again, I don't really care about. We have multiple scientists already. There's also no sit rep. So this would probably be the easiest mission. But in terms of the rewards, it's also the least tempting for me. So I think it's a toss-up between East Asia and West Asia. So again, East Asia counters the return fire, gives us supplies, and we're going to be dealing with Advent. West Asia is definitely going to be the harder mission, but we gain a trooper, we deal with the alien cipher, and we're going to have to do it with a small squad. So, what do you think, chat? What do you think? I'll let you guys decide. I'll put up a poll. How about that? Apologies for the sound, because it's going to cut out, but I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to let you guys decide which one we're going to do. And then that way I can blame you. So, we'll do this, do that, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes. If you don't see it, refresh your stream, and you should see the poll at the top of the chat. Again, for those of you that are curious, East Asia, we're getting supplies, we're countering the return fire dark event, and we're dealing with Advent. West Asia, we're gaining a soldier, we're countering the alien intel cost increase, but we're doing it with a squad size of only 3. So, put your votes in now, in the poll, at the top of the stream. It's on you guys to decide. Can you click the question mark above the sitrep? See if it has more detail. We could. Let's see. So I clicked the, let's see. Oh, well there we go. It doesn't mean that it's only Advent, even though that's what it says. It just says additional forces. Advent groups are greatly increased in size. So here we're dealing with additional enemies, whereas here we're dealing with a smaller squad size. Either way, it's gonna make it kind of difficult, but I mean, these are always gonna be challenging missions. And I know it's completely random, but I appreciate that the operation in West Asia just happens to be Western Vagabond. I know that was not premeditated by the game, but it still, to me, is fun. Part of the rewards, gotta know chat's gonna get you an HQ. I mean, that's fair. I have a feeling that folks are gonna go with that, but I still give y'all the choice. I still let y'all decide. Wasteland Wonder, it's Exclamation XCOM 2. Did I not put that in the stream title? I thought I did. Let me see. Okay, I did. And chat has voted overwhelmingly in favor of going into West Asia. Alright, chat. Just know there's a possibility we could lose some people on this. Because we're going into a difficult mission, and we're doing it with only 3 people. So, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But, this is the one y'all want to do, so this is the one we're doing. Here we go.
Asia.
If we're going to keep this one quiet, Commander, we'll have to limit the squad size to 3 of our best units. Let's hope they can get the job done without additional support.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both, Bradford. Alright. I'm trying to clear off all of the special weapons here. Alright, now. Who do we want to send on this? I mean, we got Friend Aid. Friend Aid has been put in the work. I feel like we want to take some soldiers that have bonds, though, because the ability to use the teamwork is going to be really useful. Been cooking for a while. Link for mission. Sierra, you and your link. Look, at this point, I just accept it. Whatever it is. Alright, there you go. There you go. What fresh bullshit have you done this time? Let's have a look. Again, apologies for the sound. God damn it, Sierra. I don't even know why I'm surprised at this point. I don't even know why I'm surprised. I'm you know what? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Also, fuck you. I do not appreciate the insinuation that I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! At Central. I cannot stand Central. Anyway. Let's see. I think we need to take at least 1 set of bonded soldiers. So we could take EW and Ven. We could take Tribal Typhoon and Yas now. Most of the other bond mates are either injured or on covert actions or something like that, so... let's see. I think, let's bring out Erst. Let's bring Erst, and then we will bring, I think we bring Ven. And who was it that Ven was bonded with? EW. Alright, there we go. There we go. So we got our heavy gunner, we got a medic, and we got our Rocketeer. Oh yeah, now Ernst is suddenly concerned. He's gonna get sent on the mission where we have less people. God damn it, I hate to do this. Unequip the barracks. I hate to do that because it screws things up every time I do it, but we need the weapons. So there's the mag rifle. We could go with the improvised mag rifle. I think we go with the improvised because it's got the aim bonus. And then instead of a frag grenade, I mean, the shredder rocket was pretty good. Especially if we run into to armor. First, there is no optimal choice here. There's no such thing as quiet on this mission. Like, I know that that's the insinuation, but like if you've played XCOM 2, you already know. Like once things kick off, that's pretty much it. We got plasma rockets from when we upgraded. Which this will just, I mean, we could take a plasma rocket just to see what happens. And I'm okay with checking it out. Let's see. All right, here we go, chat. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I fixed the uniform stuff, but let's find out if I did. Apparently I did not. Let's see. We could go with either additional rockets, we could go with tracer rounds. I mean, he's already getting additional aim. So, like, if we give him tracer rounds in addition to that, he's getting plus 20 aim. That's gonna make EW extremely accurate on this one. Like, that's gonna bump his accuracy up to 89. Or it's gonna bump his aim up to 89. I think we gotta do it, right? Right? Alright, let me see. Let's get in here to EW. And I want customize, stored appearance. Apparently I did not, gross. Alright, manage appearance. I got this. I got this. There we go. Suck on that, XCOM 2. Your reaction to the armored body condom about to make a spook on my rump. Yeah, the armored body condom. I love it. It's great. But there we go. We fixed it. We fixed it. Then we're also going to put you in Predator armor. It's going to fuck everything up. So we'll give you a grenade, and you're our medic, so obviously we want to give you a med kit. And then we'll fix Vin as well. I love this music, chat. I love it. And then we got our last man's Ernst over here, which we will also put. I mean, I don't know, the prototype plate is actually not bad because even though technically it's a prototype, it has an additional armor. Like, there's no downside. It doesn't, I mean, it decreases mobility because this class of armor decreases mobility no matter what. But the prototype armor gives you armor, which is not something that Predator armor normally does. I think we go with that. I mean, appearance is kind of limited with the prototype stuff because it's added by a mod, but that's okay. The only problem is we lose the utility slot, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But giving Erst some additional armor, I think, is not going to be a bad play. Alright, Chad. How confident are we feeling on this one? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling confident at all. Give Erst the cooler cannon. We could. We could give him this one. It actually has an advanced stock, which is great, because missed shots still deal 2 damage. So actually, this is much better. Alright, chat. I'll like it, but here we go. Wish these brave bastards luck, because I think they're gonna need it. This is a milk run my ass.
Menace, ready to deploy.
Alright, chat, we're already dealing with the Twitch gacha. What do y'all think about the Chosen gacha? What do you think the odds are that the Chosen shows up on this mission? God, just listen to it. Just listen to that guitar.
Our readings indicate that Advent just powered up some kind of psionic transmitter in this area.
All right.
And if they're assuming no one knows about it yet, it shouldn't be that well guarded.
So,
if we can take it down
we're gonna get to a
quickly,
transmitter,
Advent's
and we're gonna
operations across
plant
this
some
entire
charges.
region will be in disarray.
And then at that point, we get the fuck out. Now, technically, they're gonna tell us to kill everybody, but we don't have to do that. I mean, once we destroy the psionic thing, then at that point we could potentially just evac. Live by fuck it we ball, die by fuck it we ball. I mean, you know, some people might be dying by fuck it we
Advent
ball.
has constructed a psionic transmitter in this area, tied directly into their primary network. Our intel
That's actually not very
destroying
far.
it while it's still connected will severely damage their linked systems. Plant the explosives before they have a chance to pull the plug.
If we're going to keep this one quiet, Commander, we'll have to limit the squad size to 3 of our best units.
You already
Let's hope
said
they
that,
can get the
Central.
job done without additional support.
You already said that, Central. Let's see. I mean, we gotta move, but we're gonna do it smart like. We're gonna do it smart like.
Let's see what we have here.
Our readings indicate that relay is feeding energy directly into their network. If you can destroy it, it may disrupt their efforts to isolate the transmitter.
Yeah, I don't remember if destroying those gives us additional time or just pauses the timer. It's, again, it's been a little while. I don't remember exactly how all the mechanics work in XCOM 2. I wanted to get in here, but unfortunately we're not able to do that, so I think instead we just move up.
Yep.
And then we'll get our mans right here.
Come on, let's go. Come on now.
Okay, no enemies. No enemies yet. Bradford's been playing too much Yu-Gi-Oh! Been reporting what the cards do. Yeah. I mean, he's got to tell you what his Blue Eyes White Dragon actually does. Otherwise, how will you know? How will you be asking your mom to buy you booster packs so that you can hopefully get one if you don't know how good it is? I was hoping for some full cover that we could get to, but the issue that I have is we can't really see around the corner here, and there could be enemies in that vicinity. So let's do this. I'll move up then. And then what do we got? Okay, we're clear up to that point. So then I think we move up to here.
Can do.
Alright, still no enemies. That's good, that's good. Right. Let's see, where can Erst get to? He can get to right here, so I'll send him up front.
No one else is gonna do it for us. Attack!
What do we got? Alright, no enemies. Outstanding. You love to fucking see it.
Go, go, go!
Something was making noise. I wish there was I mean, other than the Reaper, which could potentially... So the Reaper could always potentially kill or attack something without being revealed, but none of your other soldiers have the ability to do that. Now, my concern is that we don't have a lot of visual intel into this area, and we could be walking into an ambush. I don't like it. We could also go up top, but there's no cover up here for Ven. I mean, we got half cover, but you guys know I live by the motto, half cover is no cover. Magic the Gathering does have a Thunderbolt card. I mean, Magic the Gathering has an everything card. Even if those cards have been, like, removed from play. Alright, let's take the chance here. So far, so good. Alright, let's move up first. Again, we're gonna take this slow. The timer is not ticking yet. So I'm not gonna blunder into anything. Alright, now I'm gonna pull Vin back.
Go, go, go!
Try to keep the squad together. I don't want to... I don't want anybody off by themselves.
I'm covering you.
Alright. Again, it concerns me. The total lack of enemy presence is very, very concerning to me for a whole bunch of different reasons. I do not like it.
Heading over.
Because that says to me, either the enemies are not going to show up until after we start attacking this thing, or it's going to be like some Chosen bullshit.
Sure thing.
This is a load of barnacles. Oh, dicks.
Except for them.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Okay, well, it's go time, chat. It is fucking go time. And of course, we had to fucking hit this right at the end of the turn. Right at the end of the fucking turn. And the only person who can even do anything is EW. However, if you recall, we gave EW the, we gave EW the tracer rounds and the improved accuracy weapon. So, even though it's a snake, we got an 89% chance to hit. 25% chance to graze, though. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, friend aid. This, like, it is insane. Oh my goodness. What? What? Yeah. What? Okay, well there you go, chat. There you go. The mystery is solved. Kolowski, thank you for the big time gift subs. 40 gifted subs. Thank you for the massive generosity, the massive chicken, and look at that. On the back of those 40 gift subs Ian Twitch gifting 16. 1-6 gifted subs. Holy shit. So maybe they've changed the algorithm so that the number of additional subs is based on like how many you gift? What? That's weird. But there you go. That's 40 gift subs care of Kolowski. Good to see you on a Sunday, Kolowski. Thanks for joining us. And thank you for the additional 16 gifted subs. Yeah, he's let's see. What does that put him at? Kolowski is at 505 total gifted subs. 200 for the month. Jesus, Kolowski. Kolowski's trying to put me through college. But thank you. Thank you so much, Kolowski, for that support. Again, I do not deserve it, but I will do my best to earn it. Thank you for the 40 gifted subs. Alright, Chet. Let's give EW his chance. Let's give him his chance, because here's the thing. He's got 5 to 7 damage, which means if we hit and it's not a graze, we have a 66% chance to kill this snake. Those are pretty good odds. Kolowski says, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, that's a good philosophy to live by, Kolowski. Remember that the world doesn't change if you do nothing. Or to put it more cynically, all those in favor of losing everything, please do nothing. Alright, let's do it. EW, this is your moment. Don't fail. Do not fail us. Well, I mean, he got the hit, but he did the minimum amount of damage, which is not great. And now our people are flanked. Oh my good Lord Jesus.
Enemy at our 6.
For the record, yes, we have the thing that adds new types of snakes in Advent. They've done an outstanding job of making these fucking like, even the additional snakes are still the most annoying fucking enemies in the game. Somehow, some way. Alright, first things first, we gotta get Urs out of this flank.
Understood.
Now, he's got a heavy gun, so I'm not real worried. Fucking shoot at the flank snake! Jesus Christ.
Destroyed.
Alright, that's one down. Now, Ven has our med kits. And EW is in pretty bad shape at the moment. So, we need to get him to some cover right away, but we're also standing in acid, and we need to get out of that as well. So, could we, is there any cover up here? There is. Alright. Alright, here we go. Now, target preview says we can still see the snake from up here. The only problem is we need to heal EW. Like, it's not even a... This isn't a maybe. Like, EW needs to be healed now. Or he might be biting the bullet. Sniper snakes, sniper jack, yeah, it's bad. So we got 2 heavy gunners over here and a sniper from the Advent side. So this is not an optimal play. This is not normally what I would do in this situation. But it's what I'm gonna do in this situation. So we're gonna drop EW down here. He's gonna take some damage from the poison. There's nothing I can do about that. So we'll take out the snake.
Au revoir.
Now, I'm gonna bring Vin over here, and we're gonna do a heal so we can keep EW in the fight. Again, not the optimal play here, but because Vin has the immunity to the acid, it's the best move that we can make at the moment. There we go. So, not only does that heal him, that also gets rid of the poison, so he won't be taking additional damage. Are they... Okay, they're both doing area suppression. How about that?
It's just not your day.
Alright. First, how far can you throw? Alright, Erst does not have a great throwing arm. Trying to think of the best move here. Because with our boys being suppressed, I don't necessarily want to move them because they're gonna get free Overwatch shots. But I also want to get Erst over here where we can potentially... I think we can move here. We'll use this thing for cover. And hopefully his throwing arm will be able to get the grenade there from here.
Move it out!
Are they immune to grenades or something? Okay. So chat, you can clearly see that it shows that we can hit both of these guys with the blast radius. And yet, it's not showing both of them getting hit. I think this is one of those, I'm gonna save before I do it in case the game screws it. And Chaotic Fox re-priming for a second month says, howdy, how goes the XCOM gaming? Well, we're in a little bit of a rough situation right now, Chaotic Fox, but I'm hoping we can pull this one out. So we're gonna do a save real quick. We're gonna do a save. And the reason I'm gonna do the save is because the game is giving me some not great information here, and I want to make sure, like, again, both of these guys are in the blast radius for the grenade, but it doesn't show them being affected by it. Yeah, they may have some ability against splash damage, because when I drop it, but see, when I hit right here, it works just fine. It's only when they're on the corners that it seems to not like that. So let's do this. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm gonna reload. Yeah, okay, for whatever reason, that did absolutely nothing, and I have no idea why. Yeah, that's very strange. I don't know why it did that. But that's okay. Like I said, that's why I saved, because sometimes it's a bug, sometimes it's a mod, sometimes it's just you're not getting all the information. I don't... Like I said, that's why I saved before I did it, because, like, the game may not be doing a great job of explaining why I'm not getting the damage on them, but it is doing a good job of explaining that I'm not going to get the damage. Oh, that might be why. So here's the thing. Here's what I think happened, right? So when I do it here, he's out of the radius. Yeah, this was because of the ability. So it had them standing here and here. Yeah, it was showing them in the wrong spot. A reload fixed that. So when we put the grenade in the same place, They're not actually standing there. So that's what the issue was. Good to know. Either way, I think we put the grenade on this guy. Hopefully that'll interrupt the suppression. That will unsuppress one of our guys. And then who is it that is currently suppressed? Oh no, it's area suppression. Shit. They'll be shot if they attempt to move, but it doesn't say they'll be shot if they attempt to fire. And we already know EW has got that bowler accuracy. So he's still got, even at minus 33 aim, no one's dead just yet, Earth. But even at minus 33% aim, he's still got 89% chance to hit. You can see over here at the very bottom, or I'm sorry, minus 35% chance to aim. EW's also wounded, but I mean, 89% chance to hit. Use the rocket. Oh, EW wants to use the rocket. I mean, if we were ever gonna do it, now's the time. Because EW likes big booms and he cannot lie. That was beautiful. Not only did he hit both of them, he got a kill on both of them. Now, what to do about the sniper? I kind of want to move Ven up so we can grab this loot. But I don't like the idea of moving closer to the sniper. Let's do it anyway. Let's see. Ooh, a core, an experimental magazine. I don't know what that is. We got more meld and more alien data cache.
That's a sight for sore eyes.
So if we take the shot, oof, only 28%. We could use the grenade. I don't like the idea of burning through all of our explosives. Oh, you know what? We could suppress. We could suppress. We don't really use the suppression that much, but now's a great time. Let's do it. Let's put some suppression on. Are you fucking serious? I don't think Ven's gonna be able to get anywhere to actually flank this guy. And sadly, he doesn't have run-and gun. But EW has more rockets. Oh, here we go. Chat, we could do the bond mate. So what we do, we move up Ven here, where he's got a flank shot, right? So Ven's got the flank shot on the sniper from here. Then we use the teamwork, have EW give one of his action points to Ven, and then he can actually take the shot. Now that's assuming we don't immediately activate another pod. That, like, it's definitely a possibility that we end up triggering another pod if we do that. But let's do it.
Yep.
Let's just hope that this works out for us. Okay, we did not trigger another pod. Outstanding. So then we teamwork. And then we take the flank shot for 85%, 23% chance to crit. Let's do it, Chad. Outstanding. Out-fucking-standing. That's the power of teamwork, Chad. Now, EW is not going to be able to do a whole lot right now, but what we can do is arm the plasma rocket. Actually, you know what? Guided rocket. guided rocket straight at the target, except it doesn't show it doing any damage. We could arm the plasma rocket. Or we could just use the guided rocket, like take this entire wall down, and then we could move Earth like over here and start taking shots. Like, I don't think this is gonna do any damage to the thing, but we could still do it. Oh, you have to C4 the transmitter. That's right. That's right. That's right. If that's the case, then let's buy ourselves a little bit of time. Let's buy ourselves a little bit of
Well
time.
done. As we had hoped, the network separation has been temporarily delayed.
Move out.
Get Erst over here. And you know what? I'm not gonna open the door. I'm gonna put Erst on Overwatch, but I'm not gonna open the door just in case there's a pod there so that we can have our people in position before I trigger it. Now. We open the door this time.
Let's see what we
What do we got?
That's a confirmed visual on the transmitter. Plant the X4 charges before they can cut it off from the network.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, start bringing our people in. Where's the transmitter hitbox anyway? Yeah, so, Loomis, the thing that I forget, and somebody in chat had already said it, you gotta plant the bomb in one of the little spots. Like, you don't blow this up by attacking it, you have to actually plant explosives on it.
We need to keep moving now.
Alright, and then I think we move Erst up here.
I read you.
Just to give visual. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. So, who needs to die? I hate snakes, so I kind of want to take out the snake, but the sectoid to me is the bigger threat, because not only could he potentially mind control one of our people, even if he doesn't, and he fails the mind control, it's still gonna put him in a panic. And we can't really afford that right now. So, we got an 80% chance to hit. As long as Erst does more than the minimum damage, he should get the kill. So Erst, we're counting on you. Anything but the minimum damage. God damn it, Erst. Anything but the minimum damage! Oh, of course it's fucking EW. Of course it's fucking EW.
But we are losing.
Of course it's fucking EW.
Not on mine.
Advent has almost cut off the transmitter from their network. We're running out of time.
Alright, so EW's panicking. Not a whole lot to be done about that. I think... Well, first things first, we gotta get Erst the fuck out of here. Unfortunately, his movement options are a little bit limited. could bring up Ven. The only problem is... I mean, we got a shot on the sectoid from here. But we gotta get to the transmitter. Let's see. What's gonna be the best way to do this? So I think. So I don't think they'll be able to get through here unless the wall goes down. So we could potentially buy ourselves a little more time. And the way we do that is we pull Urs back out of the poison. He's got 65, 42. He could potentially hit that. I mean, I could be a butthole and close the door. Alright, let's see this first. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move up Ven right here.
Go!
And then let's see what his odds are to hit the snake. He's got 78% chance to hit the snake. Urs only has like 68% chance to hit. 65. So we could use Urs to take out the transmitter and give us an extra turn. Then we have Ven make the long shot through the door and hopefully get the kill on the snake. Or we could just do an Overwatch shot and hope we catch him trying to pull out of cover. So that's the real question, is do we go on Overwatch or do we just take the shot? Because we've only got a 78% chance to hit and a 20% chance to graze because it's a snake. We could potentially get the kill. I wish it would tell you what your odds to actually hit on an Overwatch are. Overwatch might miss. I mean, he might still miss anyway. Alright, Ven, what do you want to do? You want to take a shot or you want to Overwatch? I don't normally let you guys make the tactical decisions, but I'm going to ask. Because either way, I think it's risky. Personally, I think we take the shot, but that's my own opinion. Take the shot, alright. And a full-on miss. A full-on oh, apparently they can go through there! How nice! Look at that tiny little fucking hole that he somehow scrambled through. Fuck you with a rake!
Watch your six.
Urs, don't you fucking die on me.
Old soldier's gonna die. And
He's gonna
they don't
fucking die
fade
from
away.
poison. Alright, we gotta flank on this snake. But we gotta heal our man, or he's gonna die from fucking poison. So again, we're dealing with not ideal situations here. So here's what I'm thinking. We move Urs here. Cause we gotta attack. But we gotta get him into range so that Ven can heal him. So we move here, We get Urs to some kind of cover, because this is half cover anyway now. So if we're gonna have half cover, we move him here. We shoot the snake. Snake should fucking die. Because if you look at his weapon, Urs does a minimum of 7 damage. So as long as he hits this snake, and he better fucking hit the snake when he's standing right next to it, he will get the kill. Because again, 7 damage versus 6 max health, right? Then we bring up Ven, use the heal, to not only heal Urs, but also to get rid of the poison so he doesn't die from it. Then we move EW over here, take out the sectoid. That leaves 1 snake, still gives us 2 turns to take out the transmitter. That's what I'm thinking. So Urs says fix bayonets, let's do it.
On my way.
95. Well, 95 is basically 0, so all of a sudden I'm getting real nervous.
I'm the one who does his job. I'm thinking you're the other one.
Alright. Let's see, what does this actually do? Yeah, ambulance only works after dashing, which we don't need to dash. Alright. So we move Vin up into cover. Hit Urs with the med kit, keep him in the fight. And fucking EW is out of ammo. So, looks like the sectoid's getting this one the hard way. I kind of don't want to do that though, because it's going to blow up the wall. And that's going to make it even easier for that snake to come in and get a flank shot on us. Which I don't like. But we're flanked either way. Is there... No. I was hoping we could catch both of them with the rocket, but... No dice. The wall's already not blocking. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Alright, let's do this.
That's the 10 seconds.
Let's do this. That takes care of the sectoid. Yeah, I kind of figured he's gonna take the flank shot. EW, survive!
1-5, they're about to disconnect the transmitter. This is our last chance.
Thank you, Central. You're not fucking helping. We need to be able to hit one of those transmitters, but I think we're all out. I think we are all out, Chad. I think we're gonna fail this mission because I'm not gonna be able to get here and plant the explosive in time. And we're out of teamwork to do it. Because the issue is Vin is gonna get here, but I don't think we can plant the bomb after sprinting. Yeah, hopefully this is a free action or we fail. So, I mean, obviously the first thing that we're gonna do is move up Urs.
Moving.
And we're gonna take out this fucking snake. 100% chance to hit. Urs is apparently mad.
We're not picking up any other contacts. Get those charges deployed.
I'm trying to think, is there any other way that we can do this? And I don't think there is. Is there a transmitter upstairs that we can hit? It doesn't look like it. If I move EW here... Like, why can I not see this fucking like, really? You're telling me I can't see the transmitter from here? Alright, chat. I'm gonna save. Because I feel like this is bullshit. Like, I feel like from either right here or right here, I should be able to see this transmitter. And it makes me unhappy that I cannot. From here, we should be able to see that transmitter, but again, I don't know if it'll let us hit it. So, as much as I don't like the idea of save scumming, we gotta try to find one of these transmitters that we can hit. Right side doorway. See, like, this is what I'm trying to find anywhere within the blue that I can actually see this fucking thing. And it's just... Upper right. You guys keep saying upper right. What do you mean upper right? Yeah, he has no ammo. That's the problem. But like, we can't get here. Could potentially move Ven up here? Like, cause rap with me here. Like, standing here, it's not showing us this one because we can't actually see it. Right? So, like, from here, he should be able to see. So we move Ven here, take the shot at the transmitter to give ourselves one extra turn. Then we move up EW, and the next turn he can plant the explosives. That's my thinking. But that's why I saved, just in case the game decides that for whatever stupid reason, we can't actually hit it from here.
Alright.
Okay, he can see them. Out fucking standing. Now that buys us the time that we need so we can run in here. And hopefully this is a free action, but just in case it's not. Okay, it's gonna end the turn. Fine. Plant the bomb. Somebody set us up the bomb.
Signal confirmed. X4 charges are active. That transmitter is history. Good work, Commander.
Alright, well it came down to the wire, but we got it. See, that's one of those things where, like, the line of sight mechanics can sometimes screw you and give you incomplete intel. So we did it. We did it. Again, it was a little bit rough, but we got it. We got it, chat. Let's have a look at the mission debriefing. Erst was the MVP. You know what? I'm not gonna argue with that. I think Erst deserves. I mean, really, I would also potentially give it to Ven, because he was throwing them heals out there and keeping people alive. But I think it's fair to give Erst the MVP on this one. So let's say he got kills at close range, he got the most criticals, he moved the furthest in concealment, got assists, killed the most damage on solo kills, so he got a bunch of kills without any assist damage. Kill stealer, and not bad kid, lowest ranked soldier who dealt more damage than any higher ranked soldier. Yeah, I mean, 38 damage dealt. This man was on fire. This man was angry. And Mr. T trolling and saying hi, Muddy Heads. How is everyone? Well, hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm doing okay. Again, hopefully the weekend is treating you well also. I know it's a little bit later than usual on a Sunday, but hopefully the weekend has been good to you so far. Let's see, Ven. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that picture, but whatever. Most exposed. Yeah, Ven was in the shit, but he didn't actually take any damage. Like, he took 0 damage. Had okay accuracy, didn't deal a lot of damage or anything, but again, Ven was the support player on this one. He was not doing a lot of damage, but he was the one keeping the mission going. And here's our man, EW. EW. With the fedora. The Vogue fedora. Wanton destruction, destroyed a bunch of stuff, got kills while injured, and overqualified get the most kills relative to their rank. 4 kills, 31 damage. He was giving Ernst a run for his money on that damage. So yeah, there you go. 3 soldiers. That could have gone a whole lot worse. It could have gone a whole lot worse. Most hated unit, Sidewinder. Ernst repressing his urges hard. That now, I don't think he's repressing anything.
By the dissident forces of XCOM creates nothing but misery for our loyal citizens.
Alright, there we go. All 3 of our guys are coming home. Some of them had a worse day than others. But everybody's coming home, and again, that's always the goal. Yeah, serious wounds. We need to get that infirmary up. And we gotta do it fast. But we got a promotion. EW got a promotion, so it wasn't all for nothing. You ever personally asked them to submit? Yeah, that's a good question, Urs. Have you ever actually walked up to the aliens and been like, hey, look, if you submit, maybe we won't kill you. Or, alternately, maybe we'll kill you quickly and as painlessly as possible. Have you ever considered that? Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks in the infirmary. Well, not in the infirmary, because we don't have an infirmary. So yeah. We got all of this. It's not showing me for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. So there we go. You have done it. You have finally acquired the boss. And we countered the alien cipher. So for those that don't remember, the alien cipher, if it triggered, would increase all intel costs by 100%. Basically doubles all intel costs. So countering this dark event is a huge, huge deal. So there you go. There you go. Did it for my freedom. Well, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. So we got intel on the scout, which I thought we already had intel on the scout, but apparently not. What is this? Resistance ring, unstaffed scientist. Fucking fine. It's what, like, yeah, sure. What is this? This is, promotions. Ah, promotions. That's right, EW. EW got promoted as well. Let's see here. Let's make sure EW gets his promotion. Alright, what do we got? We're ranking up to corporal. So as infantry, we could grab open fire, gain +10 aim and crit against targets that are at full health. That's good, but it's situational. Yeah, I was stuck inside the transmitter. That's why it was so big. Let's see. We got gun bash. This is from Rocketeer. Dash up to a target and strike them with your weapon. Has a 35% chance to disorient foes. So this is basically the same thing. This is the thing that, okay, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of the same thing that mutons get. Except you have to initiate. Mutons get it as a reaction. This is an activated ability. And then, of course, there's Engineer with the stun gun, which nobody cares because we're not using them. Bully the boss. You bully me, I'm gonna bully you back, Sierra. Don't you fuck with me. You already know how that ends. You are literally, aside from, like, bots and spammers, you are the only person that I have ever timed out in this channel. So don't you fuck with me, alright? Alright, EW, what do you feel like? What do you feel like? You want gun bash, or do you want extra aim and critical chance against targets at full health? If not, we're gonna let chat decide. You know how that goes. What's the previous ones? I mean, if you wanted to go to one of the previous abilities, again, there's that. But then we have Grazing Fire. Missed shots with your primary weapon have an additional roll to become a graze. It doesn't guarantee a grazing shot, it just gives you another chance to roll on it. So you could take that, or you could do Open Fire, which again, that's plus 10 aim and crit against targets at full health, or Gun Bash, where you run up to someone, hit them with the gun, which doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it also has a 35% chance to disorient. Open Fire easy, alright. Works for me. And there you have it, folks. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. And I don't know why it didn't do it. There you have it. There you have it. So let's see. It looks like I rolled Gunner, Rocketeer, Sentinel. Not really the class that I would have gone with, but sure. Why not? I mean, if that's what the game's gonna give me, then that's what the game's gonna give me. There's not a whole lot that I can do about it. As for what I want to do, I mean, we already have a Rocketeer. Gunner is more about suppression. We could go with Sentinel. Sentinel's pretty good. Yeah. See, like, Sentinel Tree is actually really good. Because already, when in Overwatch, you get 2 reaction shots. That's good already. Then you have the next one, Hard Target, which we already know. Hard Target is awesome. Gain 3 dodge per enemy you can see, up to a maximum of 30. And then, of course, we have Concentration, where all of your grazing shots are automatically upgraded to normal hits. Like, those abilities plus the heavy machine gun is actually really good. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, Concentration is bustin'. It's a really good ability. So I think I'm going down the Sentinel tree, chat. I'm going down the Sentinel tree. We may go back and buy some of these other abilities, but I love Sentinel. Yeah, I joined at the same rank as Sierra, but that's okay, because if I really wanted to, I could just cheat and promote myself. I'm not going to, but I could. Also, I don't know why it didn't carry over, but this is not the correct... This is not the correct fucking nationality. That is the correct nationality, game. Just bask in that for a second. Yeah, that's right. Texas is a nation. Fuck you. Fight me.